The country mourns the suddenly deceased famous actress Anna Fritz. While waiting for an autopsy, which should reveal the cause of ending, her body is taken to the local morgue, and the night watchman Pau takes a posthumous photo of the celebrity's face. Later, his friends, Ivan and Javier, come to visit him. The guys intend to go to a party and have a good time, but there is still an hour left before the end of Pau's shift. Nevertheless, he gives in to persuasion, and the three go to the garbage cans in the backyard to drink and try something. Ivan raises a toast to the repose of the soul of Anna Fritz, after which the guys wonder where her body is. Pau admits that it is in the morgue of his hospital, which arouses even more interest in the friends. Didn't he even look at her? The three of them go down to the morgue. Ivan and Javier feel unsure. After all, the guys don't often find themselves in such places, but Pau reassures them. No one will come here until the morning, and if anything happens, he has a phone number to call for help. He leads his friend to one of the bodies and lifts the sheet, but underneath it is the body of an elderly woman. Pau laughs at the frightened friends and leads them to the real Anna Fritz. The guys are enchanted by the beauty of the woman, who looks alive. Ivan touches her and offers to take an additional portion of the substance, which the friends do. Relaxed, the guys start talking about women and egg on their friend, who can see any woman, and Pau confesses that he once was close with one of the patients. This so warms up the friends that Ivan dares to get close to Anna. Javier thinks it's a bad joke and expresses doubts about his friend's mental abilities, but he climbs onto the gurney while his friends go into the utility room. Having done the deed, Ivan feels like a real hero because his partner was Anna Fritz herself, and Pau decides to repeat his friend's feat. Javier again tries to appeal to their reason, but Pau goes to the gurney. He strokes the dead woman's hair, kisses her, and begins the process when Anna suddenly opens her eyes. Pau does not see this, and the woman's voice does not obey her. There comes a moment when the guy looks at her face, and a wild scream breaks the room. His friends run to him, and having made sure that the woman is actually alive, begin to argue about their actions. Javier immediately tries to help her and runs for water, and Ivan doesn't know what to do because they have just committed a crime. Javi covers the frozen woman, who cannot make a sound. Then the sound of an opening door is heard. Pau is horrified because if he is found here, he will instantly lose his job. Ivan orders the guys to hide until they decide what to do next. They cover Anna with a sheet and hide behind the gurneys when an orderly enters the morgue, bringing another body. The woman tries to speak, but she fails. She pulls the sheet off her face, but it is too late. The orderly has left. Javier runs to Anna again, promising that everything will be fine and that he will help her. But Ivan does not want his shameful act to be made public. The friends go into the next room and hold a council. Javier assumes that the woman did not feel what his friends did to her, but Pau is sure that she not only felt, but also remembered his face. Even reminds that for everyone else, she is dead. Javi flies into a rage. A quarrel breaks out between the guys. Pau and Ivan do not want to go to jail, and Javier intends to save the woman who has regained consciousness. He returns to the morgue and grabs a gurney to take her outside. Anna's voice gradually returns and she barely audibly asks for help. Javier asks Pau to open the door, and then they discover that the room is locked from the outside. A fight begins between Ivan and Javi. Ivan knocks his friend to the floor. Pau pulls his friend away, but it turns out that Javier is seriously injured. Pau tries to bring him to his senses. Ivan apologizes, but the guy's getting worse. He urgently needs to be taken to a doctor, and Pau grabs the phone. But Ivan stops him because another crime has been added. He offers to take his friend outside and leave him somewhere where he can be quickly found. Together, they drag the guy into the utility room, where they sit him down, leaning him against the wall. Ivan brings him to his senses, while Pau rolls in a gurney with Anna, after which he goes to wash away the traces of the fight, and Ivan tells the victim his version of events. They drank in the park. Javier went home, but he was attacked. His wallet was taken, and he was hit on the head. Under no circumstances should a friend tell the truth about Anna, who hears this conversation and understands that nothing good awaits her. The friends go out. Javier notices Anna's look, apologizes and promises to call for help, but loses consciousness. Then Ivan returns to the back room and tries to persuade his friend to wait a little longer because Pau has already called for help. And indeed, an orderly comes down to the morgue who is very surprised by the situation, but Pau makes an excuse by saying that he accidentally dozed off in the back room and was simply not noticed. Anna tries to scream, but Ivan covers her mouth. The orderly hears a muffled sound, but Pau hurries him because it is late and it is time to go home. The orderly really wants to look at Anna's body, but Pau almost pushes him out and they leave. Enraged, Ivan swears at Anna because she tried to scream and then turns to his friend and realizes that Javier is dead. Pau, who has returned, sits down next to him and cries, listening to Ivan's speeches. He offers to take out his friend's body and throw it in the trash. Anna asks to let her go, promising that she will not tell anyone anything. Pao is ready to give in to her request, but Ivan is determined he will not go to prison. He reminds them that they faced 30 years for Javier, and then the friend lets it slip. Ivan destroyed the guy. Pao has nothing to do with it, but Ivan does not agree, considering him an accomplice. Besides, then everyone will find out what Pao was doing in the morgue. While the guys are arguing, Anna manages to get up and fall off the gurney. She crawls to Javier, takes out his phone and dials the number. Even takes the phone away, but the call is marked as gone through and Anna says that she managed to contact her father. The guys understand that everything is over and they have no chance. They put the woman on a gurney and roll her outside. But suddenly there is a call and Yvonne answers it. It turns out that her father did not have time to answer the call and decided to call back an unfamiliar number. Anna tries to scream, but Pao covers her mouth. Even says that he just dialed the wrong number and hangs up. The guys take her back to the morgue, and although Anna can already scream, no one hears her. The woman expresses her attitude towards the scoundrels. Even goes to get a trash can, ordering Pao to tie up Anna, which he does using duct tape. The woman tries to remind the guy that he is not a murderer, and if he listens to Ivan, he will definitely end up in prison. She promises to keep quiet about his actions if he saves her, but Pao is afraid of his comrade and also does not believe her. Nevertheless, Pao ties up the woman and goes to wash off the traces of blood. Even finds an empty container, but then the nurses come out onto the platform, deciding to take a smoke break. The guy has to hide. Anna at this time manages to untangle her legs and crawls towards the door. The nurses finally finish, and Ivan goes to the morgue when Anna crawls out into the corridor. Even discovers that she is gone, and the guys rush to look for the fugitive. The girl sees them and hides in the technical room. Finally, she reaches the elevator and presses the button. The doors begin to close, but at the last moment, Ivan bursts in. He drags the girl into the morgue. Pao again talks about his innocence. At least that's what Anna said. Even yells at his gullible friend and asks him not to listen to the girl. Now they need to figure out how to destroy Anna without leaving a trace. But there is no poison at hand, no pillow either. Besides, Pao refuses to do it because it is difficult for him. Then Ivan crumples the sheet and forces Pao to participate. Anna cannot resist. The guys put her on a gurney and go to Javier's body. They load it into a trash bin. Ivan orders Pao to clean up the mess. Pao washes the body, removing traces of the crime, while Ivan drags the box outside and throws his friend on the side of the road. Meanwhile, Pao finishes and covers Anna's body with a sheet and is about to go out the door when he hears a cough. He pulls back the sheet, but the girl's eyes are closed, and yet he understands that she is alive. Anna opens her eyes and silently looks at him. But then Ivan comes inside and Pao throws the sheet over the girl's face, intending to hide from his friend that she is alive. Even looks around uncertainly because it seems to him that they have forgotten something, but Pao hurries him. The man uncovers Anna's face, but she is motionless, and he finally goes out the door. But after walking a few meters, he suddenly realizes that he forgot his card in the morgue. The boys return and see Anna standing in the doorway. Even begins to strangle his friend when Anna attacks. Pao looks at her in horror because they just wanted to leave, but Anna hits him. The man collapses against the wall. The woman sits down next to him and takes revenge for all the horror she experienced.